Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Prepatch is coming, or if you're listening, it's probably actually already here for you. I'm Slidewhistle.
Yes, hello, 'tis I, Immunization. I know a lot of you guys listen on Mondays, so if that's the case, then Prepatch is tomorrow.
And for all of you good boys and girls who listen on time, na-na-na-boo-boo, neener-neener, suck-a-wiener, we still have to wait. Hey, everyone, it's Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Howard, Punching Bag.
And I just want to say that, I love how we had to record a day early, and then, of course, maybe Ian, we did banish Ian from the events, so he obviously didn't get the memo, and he, as usual, drops all of the news on Thursdays for us to record, and, there's just a little bit of a miscommunication, so.
We let him out of the vent, he goes blabbing about all the information.
But it is good, because at the time, had we recorded on time, it would have just been, oh, Prepatch is coming! Now that we've let it age and mature like a nice whiskey in an oak barrel, we actually know some of the things, so, ha ha ha! DNR stays winning!
Eat that, losers. So, WoW, specifically Linktree, a community manager on the Blizzard forums, God bless them, they're dealing with a lot of shit over there, put out a what to do before War Within pre-expansion update, which is Tuesday, the 23rd.
Yeah, and then another thing I think that was officially announced since we last recorded is that on the 30th, so a week from that, is the day when the event of the pre-patch is starting. I forget what it's called. Something Essences.
Radiant Echoes is what it's called. Maybe we'll talk about that, but honestly, I feel like we just save that for next week because we're not going to have it for another week anyway, so.
Yeah, I would say that we got to plan the content out. That's what's going to be going down next week. Yeah, but we got more than enough to trundle through this one.
Trundle, beers and brundles. That's what Linksey's bio says. Okay, so Linktree says, once the War Within pre-expansion update arrives, items, achievements, and customizations will fly off into the sun-kissed horizon. So you want to take some time to do the following before it's too late.
So, Monday listeners, you have 24 hours. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, get ready. So you're going to want to go to the Awakened raids. All current Dragonflight raids become Awakened. Boy, that seems fucking late, don't it?
Wait, literally just with the last... When was this announced? Last week or something like that? So the last 2 weeks they are opening them all at once? Is that what they're doing?
Well, it's more than 2 weeks. It's a month, right? Because we don't have the expansion until August 23rd. So it's actually a full month of Awakened raids.
Well, no, when did they all open up? Was my question. All at once? They were doing the cycle for the longest time.
I think it's on the cycle, right? Isn't this saying that they're all going to be awakened and they're all going to be there, I assume is what this means? Yeah,
so then what I'm saying is that, they all become awakened with just, a week or so for you to do all three of them at once before the achievements are done.
I don't think the achievements are ending.
That's what this whole post is saying, though. That, with pre-patch arriving, then you won't be able to do those achievements, and that's why they're saying to do them, right?
It says, no they're going to be more of a challenge. So, this isn't the season ending has not been announced. So, even Mythic Plus, you can still do your portals. They haven't said when the actual seasons are ending yet for Mythic Plus and raiding. But PvP is ending, but not the raids or the Mythic Plus yet.
Oh, so with Mythic Plus and you could still get your portals, but you won't be able to qualify for the 0.1% thing?
Yes. Yeah. So you can still get your renewed Proto Drake embodiment of the Blazing and Storm Eater, but it's just going to be harder because of the class talent changes coming. So I guess truly, if you want to think about it, the season does soft end with Tuesday only because who knows, you might get absolutely fucked with the class changes and do no damage.
Because I feel a lot of the times in this weird in-between time, that I feel because the talent changes happen with the pre-patch, right? Is that what happens?
Yes.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because I'm going through. We're at bullet point 1 on the list. It should go through it's one of the many things that's happening.
I'm glad that you guys had such a spirited discussion about it. I just spent the last, however long you were talking, 7 minutes or so, or 4 minutes or so, trying to open a tiny little shooter of Crown Royale Regal Apple.
What?
Gang, I hit it on a table. I used a hammer. I eventually had to run and get vice grips to open it up.
Wow, sounds like so far tonight, Aaron O. Crown Royale Apple vodka. I mean, wait, what is that? Is that rum or? Well, either way, that one.
Whiskey? I don't know. And the thing is, it's one of those little guys you get at the gas station, so it's going to be gone in like half a second. I spent astronomically longer trying to get it open than I will actually enjoy it.
When you say vice grips, like what did you get? The jaws of life?
Like pliers.
Oh.
Like I had to get big metal pliers and spin them around. I tried to open this thing with my teeth like a dog, and it hurt my teeth.
Too old for that now. You're risking the biscuits.
Yeah, our teeth might break if we do that.
Just like these new changes totally broke the Mythic Plus meta. Mutes Mike.
Yeah, so you can still do your raid stuff. You can still do your Mythic Plus stuff, unless you're a 1%er trying to get like the big Draconic Hero title. That's the only thing going away so far. It's really weird that they haven't announced when the season is ending, because like again, it's basically a soft end.
You know, I thought that this was the end of season 4, honestly.
Well, I guess because like Gandolin's been like rushing portals, and I'm gonna also try to get like what portals I have left, just because like I know if I try to do this shit post class talent changes, it's gonna be a mess. I don't even know what my talent changes are. Like I don't even know what's being changed. I haven't looked at anything about that stuff. The PvP season that's what's ending. Isn't that fucked? Isn't that fucked if you're a PvP? It's over for you on Tuesday.
Like PvP specifically.
Yeah, that's weird that they wouldn't all link these together. It's just like, you guys need to stop having fun. I don't know, try some of the other stuff for a little bit.
The current season of PvP content will end at 10 p.m. the night before maintenance into each region, July 22nd at 10 p.m. Why?
That's so funny. We stop PvPing, go do the new stuff. We can't. You closed it off. There's like 20 hours before we go.
And like, you know, PvP people, like that's like probably all they do, so they don't care about anything else. So like they probably will just like go away until the next season starts.
Yeah, so you can earn seasonal rewards, titles, or Dragonflight Season 4 rankings, you know, the big boys. However, if you're trying to get the Vicious Dream Talon mount, you know, the one where you fill your bar, which to me, that's pretty much what PvP seasons are anyway, you can still do that. So that'll be available to get your little mount guy if you want it still. So guys, push. Let's do threes. Let's start from the bottom and try to get it before they announce the new season.
I don't know. I don't have any fight in me after that whole Pliers Crown Royale business. I'm just going to lay down, sip my little shooter, and wait for the new content to wash over me.
Did you finish the bottle yet?
No, because also the mouth of it's real small. What is this? A shooter that I'm supposed to take a long time with? Come on! Makes me stop and think about my life too much. I don't like that.
It's just like a shot, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's just like a shot, but it's like the mouth of the bottle, the neck, is very narrow. So I have to like, I feel like I'm like a hamster dribbling water.
Does it have one of those fun stoppers on it?
I guess. I don't know. Why are you trying to stop my fun? Also, where did this tiny Crown Royale even show up from? I don't buy these.
Wait.
Cubby Bub?
How'd you just found it laying on the ground somewhere?
No, it was just in the fridge. But like usually Cubby Bub announces when she gets drinks because we drink them together. What was this?
I love that you're drinking it before asking what it is. What if she's like, my mother passed this down through generations through our family?
We do have a tequila bottle that is that. It's like for our wedding. It's like, Dad got us this tequila from the 70s, so we keep the bottle away because it's like, we're not going to be, like, I don't want to accidentally get rid of it. And then it's just like, 50 years of history shattered.
It's empty?
Yeah.
I was like, don't drink it. After I drank that 1940s Cinnamon Toast Feet vodka, I was never the same.
Speaking of never the same, the game will never be the same when the next part of the show happens. Mutes Mike.
No, that's it. That was all they had to say about it. That's all that's going to be. Unmute that.
Can't squeeze any more content out of that one.
Yeah, it's really drummed up like and nothing's going away but PvP and the chance, because everyone's class, again, your class is changing.
Yeah, and I feel like in this weird in-between time, a lot of the times, like, with the talent changes, like, the talents aren't made to just be up to, at this point, what, like, level 60? So, like, what we're going to be, like, missing talents? Is that what it's going to be like?
Because we don't get hero talents, right? That's coming with, like, level 80 shit, I'm pretty sure.
You know what? I really don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I would have expected they put in all of the funny bunny things, but I guess, yeah, they want you to level up experiencing them. So I guess, yeah, this is just the numbers change. It's just now Fireball is 11% fire damage instead of 9.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, and then also, I meant to talk about this last week, but we never got to it. But there's going to be healing changes, which also may make your raid and mythic aspirations a little harder to get done. So they released a blue post 8 days ago. Hello, healers of Azeroth. In today's new beta build, we're making some significant changes to healing that we've outlined in the development notes. Health pools are increasing relative to the Dragonflight values, which has changed how it feels to heal other players in a variety of content. Most notably, we're reducing the strength of percentage-based healing spells to keep them in line with their intended power, and we're increasing the effectiveness of hybrid healing and single-target heals to ensure they remain an effective means of defensive power. Okay, so I read that and I felt like I have no idea what I'm reading. What does that mean?
Honestly, it sounds AI generated. What the fuck is hybrid healing?
Well, do they mean like the 3 things that dragons can do, where it's like, if you target a bad guy, this hurts them, but if you target a good guy, this heals them?
Okay, so I found the patch notes here, Aaron. I'm gonna read them in mage numbers, so that way we keep you with us for this one.
Thank you. I'm still working on my little bubby, so you have until I finish my magic potion.
You should pour it into your belly button and just slurp it out like Marilyn Manson.
I don't fuck with my belly button. I don't like belly buttons.
Belly buttons are so creepy.
Cubby Bub always, he's like, oh, you got a little lint in your belly button. And she goes to finger my hole. And then I say, stop it. Stop it. I'll get it out in my own time. I will hypnotize myself like a Tibetan monk. That's the only way that I can be calm enough to get this done.
You're gonna unravel me.
Oh no, if you poke me too much, I'll leak out. Bloop, bloop.
It is very creepy that that's the source of your nutrients. Like that it's so bizarre. Like when you were a baby, not now, obviously.
Do Audis not have belly button lint?
Maybe it's just even further stuck in there.
What if for Audis it makes like a ring of dust around it, like a little like orbit?
They get dick cheese, but they get tummy cheese.
Tummy cheese.
Disgusting.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, so the mage healing numbers. Ready? Reabsorption. What the hell is that? What spell is that? Do you know what spell that is?
Wait, reabsorption?
Reabsorption now heals.
I don't. Also, we get healing at all?
Well, whatever reabsorption is, now heals for 3% maximum health. It used to be 5%, so very small.
I think it's something that you do when like a shield or many various shields when it like dissipates. So if they beat down my fire shield, I'll get 5% of health back. Yay!
Cryo freeze now causes ice block to heal for 25 and 50%. That's probably per number of nodes you're putting in there. So let's just say 50% over maximum health. It used to be 40-80 Now it's 25-50. That's a pretty huge reduction for like self-healing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, I mean, I guess Ice Block, you're not taking damage, period, so it's just free health, but it used to be like, oh, I can Ice Block and just come back, but now you Ice Block, and it's like, well, I'm still in it. I'm still in the fight.
Yeah, I was reading that healers were saying that like this healing nerf is basically sounded like it was just nerfing all of the non-healer classes or all classes, I guess, defensives. So that's kind of what that sounds like to me.
Is Priest just OP? Because you're not mentioned in here at all.
I guess if there's any class,
it'd be the opposite.
If there's any class that's like healing focus, it's them. It's the only one out there that has 2 different ways to heal yourself.
Because over here in Druidland, Swift Men healing increased by 15%, Resto Wild Growth increased by 15%, Rejuve by 15%, Regrowth by 15%. So were the Rahats just too slow? Is that what they're saying?
Maybe. That's interesting. Well, so like they said that they wanted to make hybrid and single target ones better, but like this hybrid HOTS, I'm confused.
Meanwhile, for Holy Paladin, Holy Lights healing was decreased by 20%. So, okay.
I really don't understand what they're going for with this, but you know, I'll trust that it will still feel awful to heal dungeons no matter what.
So yeah, I guess just keep an eye on that. Who knows? Maybe that's gonna change the way somebody's healing. Who? I couldn't tell you, because they end the blue post by saying, "We hope with these adjustments that healing doesn't become any easier or harder." Okay. So I guess they're just trying to make it so you don't have overwhelming bursty damage as much, which that sounds fine, I guess.
I mean, because like these are probably meant to be balanced with like hero talents and other things that are anticipated in War Within, right?
Yeah, just because number go up, basically. Number go up. Also, this is important. If you're listening to this before Tuesday, if you're, for some reason, this especially applies to you, you're going to be mad if you missed it. You will not be able to character restore characters with Prepatch.
No! Choppin' Smiggenstein, I've held on to them on like urchins on my underbelly for years.
I was like, oh my god, Monotream, I'm going to lose Monotream. And then I'm like, who cares?
You know, I did always think it was kind of funny that Blizzard let us hold on to these like characters that you could restore for like quite literally like 8 years or something like that.
Yes, I believe I axed Smiggenstein when I was a senior in college, so that tells you how long it's been.
It's a very good chance that like you were the last straw. They're looking through the files like, man, we got a lot of data on this like hard drive for this. Smiggenstein? Who the fuck's hanging on to Smiggenstein?
No, Drixen, Tandrixen, Flandrixen, Drixen. All my brothers, they will go. That's actually really sad. I'm gonna have to make him a real character.
Yeah, this is your time to do it. So the blue post says, Warbands are on the way to World of Warcraft. Copyright The War Within. In order to prepare all characters for the transition to the new system, which will occur during the pre-expansion content update, we will be temporarily be disabling character restoration. Oh, maybe it's fine. Wait, no. Hang on. No, don't laugh.
Oh, never mind.
For those who would like to restore a previously deleted character, it is advised that you do so before the pre-expansion content update goes live. After it goes live, restoration of characters on your World of Warcraft account will be unavailable for a few weeks. Never mind, you can laugh.
I thought it was going to be like, we don't know what they're going to be after that. You can get Flandrixen back, but he won't be the same man that you remember.
He may be an undead now.
Ugh.
It'd be crazy if you decided that, like, Prepatch hit, you're like, you know what? I'm going to main Flandrixen. And you're like, I can't do it.
I don't even know. If I logged into Flandrixen, I don't know what he would be. He had demonology talents that just don't exist anymore. Remember when you got to turn into a big Illidan? That's what he was doing when I last saw him.
He's going to come back and his eyes are just going to become like glazed over. Like it's going to be too much for him to handle. So many changes over 8 years. Yeah, and then we got warbands. We talked about warbands. But if you don't know, you maybe you weren't listening to us because you weren't excited until now.
Ooh, we've been here the whole time. Ooh, you're Boo Boo the Fool.
But like for real, I am very excited for warbands, and It's one of the main reasons that I've been actually responding to our guild's invites to do some keys this over the last like week or so to try to get portals, because they will be account wide with the warband change.
Yeah, I am. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this. I was going through all my characters. I was like, maybe I have some like Dragonflight portals on my druid, and I'm just looking through all my portals, and like each character has different portals. Like, it's so fucking annoying. Not only that. Oh my god. Okay, can we pause the warband talk for just a second and talk about that fucking shitty. Oh my god, we can do a micro holiday review.
Oh boy,
Man, yeah, find the. Do we even have audio for that? I don't even remember.
There was no audio, but it's playing right now. I just made it. Micro measurement review.
Yeah, so micro penis review of this micro holiday that happened. What even fucking was it called? Luminous something?
Luminary Luminescence, I believe it was called, which is in Vashir, everyone's favorite zone. Now, I actually like Vashir. You know, maybe I don't fucking like Vashir anymore because it's fucking micro holiday.
You know, this is actually quite the shame because I feel like Slidewhistle was probably the premier, if not only, Vashir defender. You were very staunch in your defense of Vashir, so...
This is going to be like Bing Bong from Inside Out. The final thread has been cut, and Vashir as a zone is just going to disappear now that Slidewhistle no longer believes in it.
It just doesn't make any sense that this event is a micro holiday. So basically, there are glowing little anglerfish and glowing little fishies in the Vashir underwater zone, which is like, wouldn't there always be little glowing fish there? Like, why are they only here now?
Well, I mean, in the micro holiday, they explained that there were. So I assume that like those gnomes and their ship only show up there on that one day because I guess it's a rare occurrence when these like glowing marine wildlife appear. So you need to then go and track them down, coax them to follow you back to the ship, and have them scanned.
Which the idea of that doesn't sound awful, right? But it is the implementation that's awful. So, like, the idea is you go grab some glowing fish, right? You bring them back to the little gnome submarine, and you hold the fish up to this, like, light, this beam of light, and it's like, scanning beam of light, and you're holding it, and it's scanning, and you're holding it, and it's scanning, and then it's like, congrats, you've received 5 funny monies in your bag. And I'm like, oh, it must be done. And it means, like, no, you need, like, 250 funny monies. And I'm like, but they only gave me 5. And he's like, just keep waiting there. And then I'm like, what are you talking about? Just keep waiting there. And then after like maybe like 15, 30 seconds, it was like, congrats, you got 5 more funny money. You have to fucking stand on this light for like 10 minutes.
So did you AFK on the light and get your funny money? It seems like that's a non-issue.
The thing is, you can't, because there is a giant whale shark that pats around and snatches you up and murders you if you wait there too long while scanning.
And if it murders you, you lose your little fish buddy, and you have to go back, and you have to get new fishies, and I was like, this is easy, I can do this. And I looked away for a second because I got bored. It's so boring. And a shark ate me, and I'm like, fuck this.
What could you buy with the funny money? I've never known there to be a micro holiday that features things you can get, I guess, other than T-shirt day.
So there were 3 items that you could buy with these funny money research papers. One of them, I think when you apply them, all of them give you a 5-day buff. One of them like increases your underwater swim speed. One of them, honestly, I don't even remember what the other ones did. The only reason I bought them and then sold them back and then bought the other one is because the trader's post gave you tendies points for buying each of the 3 of them, but you could trick it and, you know, buy one, sell it back, and then buy the other ones to sell back. So, like, I don't know, none of it was really particularly worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was only doing it for Trader's tendies because I needed tendies. So it was stupid. But to take this back to Warbands, I was like, okay, I have a character who has the Vashir portal unlocked. Let me get on my mage. Because, you know, in Stormwind or in whatever the Ogrimmar is, you can go to the portals, you know, so like the weird zones you never go to, like T-Pome and whatnot. So I look at my mage and I'm like, oh, the mage doesn't have it. Okay, my druid must have it. Oh, okay, my druid doesn't have it. My paladin must have it. My paladin doesn't fucking have it? Who the fuck has this portal to Bashir? And I find it...
Evoker?
Tapeworm. My warlock. Like, why does he have it?
You played him for maybe 2.5 weeks at one point?
I guess he did all of Bashir. I think I leveled through all of Bashir with him, and so he has the portal unlocked. So the whole point of the story is, I think with Warbands, now everyone should have the Bashir portal unlocked because I have the achievement for it on everybody when Warbands hits.
Very, very good quality of life changes across the boards for like achievements and cosmetics and what would you consider the portals? Feats of strength?
I don't really know, I guess.
Unnecessary. Just hop on your mount and go there. I'm tired of kids these days warping everywhere.
You know, I'm just gonna fly off the coast of... What can you do? Can you just fly west out of Stormwind Harbor and then fall into the water after fatigue and drown your way to Vashir?
Exactly. And then you go and you do what everyone in this world has done. You go to your mount tab and type in SEA, and there it is, your seaside charger. And you use it to run for 38 minutes to get to the dungeon.
You know, like, the thing was that, like, I forgot that there was a specific Vashir mount, the one that you're talking about. So I was like, oh, I'll just summon, like, my jellyfish because it has, like, enhanced underwater speed. But the seahorse is, like, 2 or 3 times faster than that even. So I was like, this is way too slow. There has to be something better. And then I was like, yep, okay, it's this fucking seahorse because I've never come to Vashir.
Vashir.
But I forget, to close out our, like, weird micro penis holiday review,
I believe we give it a measurement, and I believe
in centimeters, I think it was.
Does anyone remember the magic number?
So I just opened the Wikipedia page for micropenis, and I guess, like, alert, don't look this up unless you want to see literal pictures of micropenises. They are there, so warning.
I mean, it does make sense that the Wikipedia would feature one. I feel like it would be bad reporting if it didn't.
So it says a micropenis is a penile length equal to or less than 1.9 centimeters.
I feel like that's down.
In infants, or 9.3 centimeters in adults. So I guess we will do the 9.3 as on a scale of 0. Although I think in the past, Slidewhistle hated one enough that he made it negative and said it was, like, concave.
we have. In fact, we've had several concave. I don't know
that's just
how
a
many
statement about how bad these micro penis holidays are.
Yeah, I don't know how many micro penises have ever actually exited our body when it comes to these reviews.
I love the idea. Okay, wait. I love the idea of somebody brand new. They're like, oh wow, these guys are really informed on, like, all the, like, stuff happening the first 20 minutes, and then, like, a micro what? What are they?
Yeah, we have not busted out micro measurement, micro penis review for, like, years at this point. So welcome back.
Oh man.
So a bit of a backstory for any newer DN Army listeners. There was a time, I believe, when, because, like, we weren't always as spoiled as we are now, where Blizzard, like, pretty much routinely gives us new content, so we don't very much so have, like, droughts of content. We decided to just, like, review the micro holidays and give them these rankings. So out of a 9.3 centimeter scale, I think I would rate this one maybe as a 2.5 centimeters. And hear me out. It's mainly just because they give you this helmet, which then can make it everything very dark, and it makes you feel like you're legitimately, I feel like, underwater looking at these things. And I felt like for that, it was kind of pretty. But other than that, there's nothing you get out of this. I thought it was really annoying that the whale shark came and killed me. And I was only there for traders attendees. So, like, yeah, I feel like 2.5 out of 9.3 centimeters is generous.
I'll give it a 3. You could do it alone. If people didn't show up, you were, like the fucking balloon one, where if no one shows up, you can't do it. It is supposed to be quick if you don't look away from the screen because you're so bored. Bashir is a plus. Everyone likes Bashir.
I will also say that, like, it's very unclear about what you're supposed to be doing. I had to, like, look up on Wowhead. Then the only reason I figured this out is because, like, I was like, oh, I need to get the rest of my attendees for the month of July. And then it happened to be the day that this micro holiday was. So, like, I went over there and did it and got my points. But it basically was like, talk to the NPC Max in Vashir. I'm like, where the fuck is that? And luckily there was a little bit of a mark on the map to get to the area, but then I was like, well, what am I supposed to do here? So I did have to look it up on Wowhead.
What would you give it, Aaron, if you were there?
You know what? I've actually done this one ever so long ago. I would give it a full 9.8.
Whoa.
Because one of them needs to be max, and that inspires the rest of them. Blizzard heard that this one was a 9.8 out of 9.8. So they said, we need to up our game. Boat day, t-shirt day, running of the gnomes, little Owlman day.
No, I guess they all are pretty bad, aren't they?
That's an average of what, 4 or 5?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? They just need to add some new ones. I'm sorry, Blizzard. You've scuffed these old ones. They're bad. Hardly any of these guys are actually leaving my crotchular region.
They got to go back on their word and just give it an achievement. You complete it, you get an achievement. Don't even make it like 1 achievement point. You make it like 10 or 5. Make it 1, like whatever. Just make it worthwhile. Anyway, back to warbands, everybody. If you're still here, you still there? You still there, listener?
Hey, everyone. we jingle keys. We jingle warbands discussion at you every so often. But hey, now we're back. Your patience is being rewarded. And I say, Blizzard put out a post saying that your guys do various things. So that's good. I feel like we're getting closer and closer to my dream of just watching Tandrixon, I don't know, cook some eggs occasionally.
So here, they kind of give you like a little idea about what's going to happen.
I also appreciate that you guys, your Warbands discussion is like what it does for alts, what I can share between them. Now, I'm exclusively interested in just the little animations they do at the login screen. I just want to make that clear for everyone.
Well, I think it's going to be a while before you get animations. You're going to just get like A-posing and just chilling, hanging out.
Yeah, because I don't know anything about this, but some of our other, I think this is like Nam from Dogs with Jobs mentioned this once, that like if Blizzard never will bring the dance studio, I don't think that they care much about the animations in the Warbands screen.
Because the whole idea of the Warband is just it's a system for a shared account stuff. So they're like, guys, this is the last thing we're thinking about. Even though they did show things moving around, it's their fault. They seeded this into everybody's minds.
They did with that picture at BlizzCon of, I think, Aaron, you nailed it, like frying eggs or something, or like
yeah, they were doing stuff. I don't know. You didn't even have to make them move. Just make them do stuff. I'm just tired of 5 assholes standing around with their axes up their butts.
Well, with the arrival of the War Within, upon first logging into WoW, the Warband conversion process automatically enables many of the game's progression systems to be account-wide. Why is that worded like that? You do not need to log into each character individually. Thank God, I would have been here all fucking day. And it says, however, there may be a short wait for the system to completely process your warband the first time you log in. The warband conversion process can take up to 20 minutes or longer, and depending on the amount of data being processed, there could be a login queue. Oh, fucking boy.
How do you know that it's done, I guess? Like, is there going to be like a scale, or is it just like when you first log in, it's like logging you in still, converting to Warband?
You know that's exactly what it's going to be. There's going to be no percentage in the loading bar. It's not going to tell you how far you are. It's going to basically be, once you're in, you're in. And if you're not, people are going to be closing WoW constantly. They're going to be rebooting it. And everyone's going to bum rush this thing and crash it for at least, what do you guys think, a week? Maybe a little less?
Well, I wasn't particularly worried about this until you just read this. But now that I read this information that they have to convert whatever the fuck that means to a warband system, I think that this is going to be bugged for a very long time, potentially up until the War Within. There's going to be some kind of problems people discover with it.
Fuck, guys, I'm gonna be taking the longest, I bet, because oh man, it's important to note your warband is limited to characters within a single region. For example, the Americas or Europe. But spans every realm, faction, and even subscription you may have within that region.
No,
Fuck.
you have like 8 profiles just to get the plane.
I have at least one server's maxed out. oh my god, all my WoW. I have like 8 WoWs. I think about all the servers we just make characters on. I have characters on Emerald Dream. I have all my nasty Horde characters.
That I didn't even think about that. I mean, like, you are for sure the one that will take the longest out of all of us. I don't think I like ventured too much into different realms, and I definitely don't have 8 WoW subs like you did at some point.
I wonder if it'll even look at my guys who are holding it down that are just names. Like, do you think they'll even scan Aaron Hansen or Daniel Avadaniel?
I hope, and I know this won't happen, but imagine if it does have a very elaborate loading screen, and it just shows you the character it's currently scanning, like rotating around, like currently scanning Aaron Hansen.
What's Daddy Tommy or Owen Hart doing here?
When you were saying spinning, for some reason I envisioned the animation back like when you used to do like a Pokemon cable trade and they would like spin and then be sent across the wire.
Also, Aaron, are you ready for this?
Of course.
When you log into the game, you'll see a selection of your characters in the login screen, waiting for you to choose who you will go on your next adventure with. You can assign 4 characters to one scene.
Wait a minute. 4? Isn't that down? Wasn't it 5?
I think so. I think it was 5.
What the fuck, Blizzard? They're not doing anything. Put the whole Wu-Tang crew in there.
You can assign 4 characters to one scene.
I want this shit to look like a Slipknot concert. Fuck
to
you.
one scene with more scenes planned for you to collect in the future. Wait a minute.
To collect.
Wait a minute.
I'm using my funny money to buy the cooking eggs scene.
Dude, if they charge for the fucking cooking eggs campfire.
I'm gonna be so
Don't give them
fucking
ideas.
mad.
They're gonna put like Warband's backsplash screens in the traders post or something like that.
Or just the actual money store. Hun, for Christmas, can you get me cooking eggs? It's only $30.
Oh man, imagine they just have scenes with like Sylvanas giving you bunny ears. They'll sell out immediately. They talked a little bit about your Warband bank. So your Warband bank can be accessed by bankers throughout the game. All characters in your Warband can access the bank to deposit and withdraw freely. 5 tabs with 98 inventory slots each. It's just a guild vault basically. Oh boy, here we go, guys. Any non-soulbound item can be stored in the Warband bank, so it's useless. That's what you're telling me.
Well, I mean, like, you could put, like, reagents, I guess.
Oh, boy.
Oh, but they also are changing things from being soul-bound to Warband-bound, so you could potentially put some gear in there, too, I think.
I think it's Warband bound, or do you think they just went with Warbound? Because that'd be so much better, but I don't think they had the chutzpah to catch it.
No, knowing them, they will say Warband-bound.
Oh, okay. So we're getting like a goblin spell. You know how like the goblins can summon like a gobbo to give you the bank?
Mm-hmm.
We're getting that with warbands. If you finish...
Ooh, is it just some guy? So Garlina will be able to pull up like Aaron Hansen. It's like, hello, it's me, your Warbound friend.
I think it's a wormhole. Yeah, it's just a wormhole. Kind of lame.
Boo!
Oh,
You're
shit.
lazy! Final Fantasy is lapping you! They have a spell where a little sexual child comes out. I'm 11, but I'm a dragon, which means I'm 1100.
Completing the Warbanding Together storyline, quests in Gadgetzan will get you access to heaps of storage for your Warband. Yeah, you get the spell, and it's classic, everybody. It's a 10-minute time limit to make withdrawals and deposits on a 4-hour cooldown. So get ready to head to town.
4 hours?
Are they really going to make us go to Gadgetzan? Is that what?
Oh, of course they are. They hate us.
Also, like if we would have just scrolled down a little bit more and believed in Blizzard, they caught it. They call it Warbound, not Warband bound. Sorry, Blizzard.
Ooh, I missed that bit where we could clown on them.
However, it is still a little goofy because now
Smacks.
they're calling it Warbound until equipped. They say Warbound until equipped, and then they put in parentheses WUE is a new type of gear. pretty good, actually.
Hey, is your axe wooey?
Oh, my wooey gear.
Ooh, wooey.
What have they done?
It'll be great on RP servers.
It's so funny because like we don't say Bowie, right? But like I'm not saying WUE. That's too many syllables.
Oh, my R.I.P. my David Bowie gear.
Enhancing transmog. Yeah, all the transmog. Don't sell any transmog you have in your bags. I don't know how this works. I'm not reading all of this because it's a big paragraph on transmog. But I'm assuming if you're a guy who has like a plate helmet on a priest in your bags and you can't wear it on your priest and you can't send it, maybe you can wear it. Like it'll give you the appearance anyway. Me no know.
Because, like, that's been, like, one of my most annoying things is that, like, whenever I get BOE gears for transmog, I, like, have to compile a bunch of them and send them to the proper character. So hopefully it just, like, will know to, like, add them in the future.
And then, so when rolling for transmog, any gear that drops that can be equipped by your current character will get a higher rolling priority than those rolling with characters who cannot equip the item. A priest will always beat a warrior when both roll transmog on a piece of cloth gear. Oh, that's sick!
So they're allowing you to roll transmog on anything now?
Yeah, because in the past you wouldn't be able to. Like, you wouldn't be able to roll
raids.
T-Mog on things that you couldn't wear.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me feel that, like, then, yeah, like, it would just know to add it to your Warband T-Mog, even if you can't personally wear it, which sounds like a nice change.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so like I really want that cloth helm. All you other clothies already have it. Oh, Immune didn't have it. Fuck. Okay, the last motherfucker has it. Now I can finally get it. Reps are account-wide. We already knew this. However, they're not counting certain reps, which I think is bullshit. Several reps will not be converted for various reasons, like the Winterpelt Furbulk and Glimmerrog Racer. Why?
Yeah, they don't do anything. They don't give you anything.
They give me language to speak Furbulk.
Well, not the. I've tried to talk to the snails because I've been trying to talk to Blipsy for years to get him to just run straight, but I can't do that.
Their reasoning says due to not fitting within the fantasy for those reps. Bitch, fuck off. That's a reason. They're just saying we don't want to do it.
It was a little weekend activity anyways. You can just fucking say that Aaron Hansen knows how to speak bear. He learned it at summer camp.
Except you can't actually speak bear if I speak to you in Furbolg on your Wigglestein, because he didn't learn Furbolg.
Well, he should. Growlina knows how to, and she's very knowledgeable. She took great notes, and it's like it's high school all over again. Everyone's just using her notes to study for the test. Boo, Blizzard, boo! Boo! This stinks! I wanted everyone to be Chromie's best friend.
Oh, shit. Hang on. Wait a minute, guys. There may be an achievement exception. I don't know what that is. Many achievements have become account-wide. Approximately 2,000 across all expansions, with a few rare exceptions. Doing the activity one character. So, Insane in the Membrane. Okay, that makes sense. You keep that. What else?
Seeing the Warcraft movie. That's important. You can't share that. Only that character gets to do that.
Wait, they're listing portals. Are portals not? Oh, okay. Okay, they are. Don't worry, everybody. Whew. For example, the dungeon teleports earned by Keystone Hero achievements will become account-wide, both in the achievement and the reward. That's all I care about. I don't care about nothing else they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, because, like, I'm not insane in the membrane enough to have done that anyways, or made any progress towards it, so I don't care.
One of the examples they give is, like, reaching level 70 achievement will not be account-wide. Okay, who cares? Because they're like, in most cases, that doesn't even make sense. Yeah, you had to spell that out for us?
Oh, I really like linking my level 70 achievement on my fresh level 10 allied race character.
How can I stunt on the ladies now? How can I show them I paid $60 and played for 10 hours?
Currency you can send, but there is going to be some fuckery because, they don't want to give you full currency. I think there's still loss of transfer. Like, if you're trying this for some reason, if you're some freak out there sending cosmic flux from Shadowlands, you still will lose currency in the transfer. Why? Who cares at this point? Just fucking let people send cosmic flux.
I don't give a cosmic fuck if people want to like just send it for free to their alts. Like that, it's like so far gone at this point.
All right, that's it. I'm tired of warbands. I'm tired of talking about warbands. I'm sure you're tired about hearing about it.
Ooh, I see what you just pulled up here, though.
Ooh,
Wooey.
what is it?
Okay, so Chronicle 4 came out. I've been really excited to talk about this.
So is it out, or is it pre-orderable? Because I've seen people.
It's out.
Oh shit! I gotta run to my local Books A Million and go grab it.
I feel like I missed this. Like I didn't hear anything about this like coming soon or when it was on the way, and
I thought they were just done after it was revealed that, like, the Pantheon writes it and maybe they're bad guys. I thought narratively we weren't going to get another one.
that's what so is the Pantheon writing this one? Because the Pantheon wrote the first 3, right? Or did a broker write one of the other ones? Am I misremembering?
A broker wrote a Shadowlands one. It was like the Explore and Listen Shadowlands.
Okay. So this one is once again got the lore community in a bit of a kerfuffle. There's a lot of things happening because think about it, right? They're trying to go in chronological order. I guess I don't really have a problem with this as much because what it's doing is it's kind of like listing things in a very specific order of events. For example, something that like I feel like isn't that big of a deal, but Suramar basically happens all in one go instead of being dragged out over the expansion because, you know, it's like a story that they're trying to tell and keep you hooked into. I guess like we hang out, we do that mini half raid that we didn't complete with Odin.
Like, I forget, something of Valor. Is it called Halls of Valor as well as the dungeon?
I thought it was Crucible of Valor. I thought
Trials of Valor, maybe?
Trials of Valor, I believe that is correct. Yeah, all you do is you fight Garm, and then you fight Helya.
Yeah, so I guess like in like the lore, chronological lore, you do that. All that happens before Suramar, and like Suramar happens like all at once, really quickly. I don't know. I don't really care that much about that. Like, because if you think about it, like we're an MMO, nothing is gonna be exactly happening in the right timeline. Like,
and if I remember correctly, Suramar was time gated per week when it was live, and I feel like everyone talked about how it was just time gated to. I feel like this is a complaint people had that it was time gated just to extend the content. And very obviously to me, something like that is time gated for the reason of like extending content. That's not how it would happen as if it was real. So like the whole like insurrection storyline makes sense that it would happen back to back in quick succession because you're like trying to siege the Nighthold, right? Like you would like I don't know, it wouldn't take like 3 real months or whatever.
Yeah, like when we eventually get to Korthia, I'm gonna assume we did the Korthia stuff in an afternoon when you really look at the story. I don't think it's supposed to accurately reflect the 7 months we were there.
yeah, like it just kind of makes sense, right? Now there is some of it I kind of go, like in Battle for Azeroth. In Chronicle, it is firmly established that rather than the events of the Stormwind extraction with Talanji and Zul being the inciting incident for the expansion, the events of Kultaros entirely take place before that story. So the events of Stormsong Valley, Drustvar, and Tiergard Sound happened first in that order. But the capstone storyline with Jaina Proudmoore's Torment and the Siege of Borealis takes place before all of that as well. So she comes in already Lord Admiral of Kultiris, which is a little interesting. That's a little weird.
Well, I'm trying to think, BFA, were we sailing there to catch them? Yes, in fact we were. That is the inciting incident. I remember we talked to the guy and then Jaina wiggles her hand over his head because he's the only guy who saw Razan do a big tsunami. So, on that one, Blizzard.
Yeah, because that seems like a pretty easy, like, okay, well, like, we're talking, there's cinematics for this, right? Like, we know what's happening. And then, like, other things where it's like, the entirety of the baseline Horde war campaign occurs before any activity on Zandalar, with Nathanos exploits to uncover the body of Derek Broadmoor happening in this time span. So that's also kind of weird.
That one's, because... You're going to Kultiris. You're not doing anything on Zandalar. So I guess if you had to, it makes sense. So it's like, we did all this spy shit, and then we started exploring this city. But then what is the implication? Just, you were sat on your boat for like 4 days before you decided to get off on the dock.
Yeah, I don't know. And then like it also is kind of hard. Like, think about how much the storyline team has changed. We had what's his name still there. I forgot his name, and I'm glad I don't remember it. That creeper man, creeper man who loves Sylvanas.
The only reason I know is because we share a name, but like,
Oh, it's Frosby Bobby.
yeah, but like, I just want to double back. I do think it's weird that like they're effectively. I know the word might be strong, but like retconning the timelines of some of these things, I feel like it's weird to do that for things that have established in-game cutscenes as well. Like, I feel like that is the first thing that feels like egregious to me. Normally, I'm kind of like whatever about what people call retcons.
And they're like quests that go both ways. And I guess it is a little complicated when you have two concurrent storylines running absolutely separately from each other, which is what I kind of like about BFA a lot, is that like what different paths we're on. So like, yeah, that is a little weird, changing the whole beginning of it. Maybe it has a reason. Maybe it's the Titans not really paying attention to what we were doing in the first place.
I mean, I'm gonna lay it out on you. I wasn't playing BFA either.
The only thing that we really cared about was the Underrot because they came to our place.
Did any of you have a sub during that?
And then everyone is quiet.
We were still really reeling from that time they came in and punched us in the head. We took a big nap for the next expo.
We woke up briefly to pay attention to the mother storyline, but that's about it.
That was...
Amanthul chants from the back.
That was cool. We liked that one.
Yes, it was very interesting.
Somebody got my shoes. Weren't there Amanthul shoes, right?
Oh yeah, that was. Or was that? I think that was in Legion.
My almond shoes.
I was moonlighting as Almond Shoe at that point.
Okay, here's also something interesting. I think is more interesting than anything else. N'Zoth is now referred to as one of 5 old gods who ruled over the Black Empire, but it is still remarked that the Titans found and imprisoned 4 when they first discovered Azeroth, implying a 5th member of their cohort was killed or disappeared before the ordering. So it's just Xal'atath, and now they're just like, now they know about her, fuck. Or is this somebody else?
So is this literally just the Titans being like, well, Azerothians only know of 4, so we're only going to say 4, but now that Xal'atath is out of the bag, and by the bag I mean the knife, we gotta say 5 now. Is that what this is implying?
It feels like a little kid lie where it's like,
We always knew she was there, but I don't know. No one had seen her for a while. We thought she was gone, but...
They might think she's just some spooky void elf or something.
Yeah, we want to get it down in writing. She was always there. Use the magic whiteout to change the records.
References a lot of these changes. Maybe we could just go through more of these next week when we have the books heavy.
I hope to physically own the book by this time next week. Damn, I was hoodwinked.
But one thing I do want to talk about before we get there, Aaron, Gan Greymane's involvement in the Battle of the Zaralor and subsequent assassination of King Rosticon is omitted from the book, with the blame being firmly placed on Jaina Proudmoore to line up with Shadow's Rising story. Damn, Gen wasn't even there.
That's rough. Well, the only thing, I guess it makes sense, because once again, if you're trying to create a cohesive story, because, in my opinion, it was really cool, they did have that moment where, for us, he came in and was like, we're putting you under arrest. But the Horde remembered it as like, I'm going to slit your throat and drink your blood.
From the Horde perspective, and particularly from, like, Talanji's perspective, or, like, her trolls, they solely blame Jaina for everything that happened. So like I feel like who do we have confirmation of who wrote this chronicle in particular? Is it the Titans?
I think they're all Titan written, I'm pretty sure. Wildhead didn't tell me. I looked up the book listing on Amazon. It didn't really say who narrated it, so I'm pretty sure it is just the Titans giving their narration. So again, they're not paying attention.
Yeah, they really don't give a fuck, I guess. But we know. The real ones know. Again was there.
Yeah, he was there. And then, like, I can't wait. So next week we can talk about, like, they give us more which faction did which dungeon and which raid. And I'm so excited to talk about these, but I feel like if we talked about it now, it'd be like an hour 30.
Yeah, I mean, like, we did something similar to this before because we had past confirmation of some of the older dungeons and raids, I think, at some point. So I think we've talked about, like, the old ones on this podcast before in some of our older episodes, but we've just gotten, like, what is it? WAD Onward confirmation, I think.
We have Mop Onward, which actually we're a little more familiar with now after doing Remix. But yeah, I mean, Mop is pretty much what you think. It's Mop's both factions all the way down. WAD, ooh, we're the winners.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to talk about this next week because I love analyzing this stuff because I feel like it's very strange to me that Blizzard clarifies this to begin with. Like, besides the ones that, like, it's very, like, the only one I feel like it really matters that, like, one or the other did it is Battle for Dazar'alor because it's literally split into Alliance and Horde, but you know what I mean.
I wish they had the cojones to be like, actually, we lied the whole time. Horde did it. A group of 30 of those weirdos got drunk and they didn't know who they were fighting. And then they woke up and they're like, oh no, we caused a big mess.
What have we done?
Ah, no!
We drank orc or demon blood again. But now it's time for our top two. Bottom boot, medium moo. I'll kick us off this week because I did it. The impossible has been achieved, and I now have Taven and a World Awoken achievement.
Ooh, congratulations. You were struggling in silence over there. I didn't even know.
Yeah, well, congratulations. I also want it to be made clear for the listeners that I feel like Slidewhistle have perhaps had the worst luck ever out of probably anyone who's done this for the Chrononomancer achievement portion.
Yeah, that was like, it was kind of crazy. So when the first time you do a hunt, the purple epic bag has a 5 times higher chance to give you one of the little feather colors to, you know, finish your little, like, get your hunt a feather, get your hunt a companion a color. And so you can do it on alts. Like you can do it on your main and you can do it on all your alts and it will same progress is saved, which is weird. That's not normally the case. I ran through all 13 of my characters, didn't get it. I'm like, okay, so now what? Then I read that you can, like, create characters through the class trial process to do it. And I'm like, wait, that means that they're level 60. So if that works, I can use my 2 backups, Tapeworm and Bludgeon, because they're level 60. So I dug Tapeworm out of Ashir. He got out of the pits, and he went to do the hunt. He did it, didn't fucking get it. I'm like, are you shitting me?
I just want to say, Mr. Tapeworm has had a lot of weird playtime this last week.
I will say, just like every expansion, Warlock's in the running on the Honkometer. The Honkometer is wild right now. I don't know who I'm picking. It could be anybody.
I'm sorry, what did you just call it?
Oh, the Goontometer. Right, the Honkometer's dead. Fuck, it's so sad. But yeah, I had no idea who I'm maining. I have absolutely no clue. I was settled on Dwarf, and now I'm like, oh, it could be anything. So I'm like, God, then we gotta play on fucking stinking ass Bludgeon. It's not gonna be her, spoilers.
Stinking ass. Oh, poor girl. I'll always remember her brief meteoric rise.
And I'll always remember because it was eternally, like, sketched into our raid, well, we do, like, gambling, and, like, there's, like, a leaderboard. Bludgeon is, like, by far, like, you've only gambled, like, literally 3 times on that girl, and then she's lost you somehow, like, $250,000.
Yeah, people have been there for years, and they have not lost as much as Slidewhistle did in a single raid season.
It's so sad because I really liked playing her, but I feel like she was just cursed. I was like, she's got to go. I don't know what I got to do with her. But anyway, maybe the curse has been lifted because she's the motherfucker that got me Tetrachronomancer. She's like, listen, I can be good. Don't delete me, please. You can't restore me for weeks.
Potentially weeks.
So I got on her and I'm like, thank fucking God. And I was basically like, I'm going to do all of, like, the ones that, like, have a chance before I do any of, like, the questing. And then I went to do the questing and I was like, oh, I pretty much already almost done. I just needed 1 elemental storm and I'm like, I'm never going to get it. And it was the one hours later. So it was pretty smooth in the end. But yeah, I'm glad it's done. Holy shit. And now I have the most achievement points again. So that's all that really matters.
So, like, that was 100% the reason that I jumped you on this achievement point score thing, is because I got Taven out of the way earlier. Is that probably why?
It's a lot of achievement points. And doing the fucking World Awoken is 100 achievement points. For reference, the average one is like 10, 5. So I kind of, now I'm like, let me hit 30k achievement points before the new expansion. That's my new goal. So I'm going to do all the weird, wacky things in Dragonflight before I never come back to Dragonflight zones again. Unless I'm going to the new capital. What about you, Aaron? TTBBMM?
Well, I have a prospective top toot this week.
Wait, did I say I was top 2? It was top 2 if I didn't say that. But yeah, top 2.
Bottom boot. My life is meaningless now that I have that waterlogged dog.
Toot, toot, toot.
Whoop. And it's, I hate to do a general one here, but World of Warcraft is coming back with new content on the way, a new expansion, but a month away, a new book for me to pour over. Hot diggity dog. There is a new high to hit because I can say that I was definitely in a low. Growlina was wearing her June Trader's Post gear because early June was probably the last time I had really contributed. But I'm crawling my way out of the crater. I'm back. And this is my expansion. I will do everything I need to earn the big lava jellyfish that's coming at the end of TWW.
Lava jellyfish?
I will not be locked out. Whatever the Taven is for that one.
Oh, okay. You're calling your shot.
They haven't even thought of it yet. I'm calling my shot. TWW, I'm going to care. I will not be left in the lurch in the Forbidden Reach yet again.
You know what's funny, though? You said that Growlina was wearing, like, old clothes. Earlier this week, I was running a key with Cilantro, like, DN Army member, and he clocked Metaloid. He's like, wow, your fit is old as fuck, or something. He said, because I was wearing my Plunderstorm outfit. I'm like, oh, I just think it looks cool still.
I will say, yes, it does look very cool, but that one's old and so cold and so very full of mold.
People have seen it. Outfit change already, why don't ya?
Yeah, I'm notoriously, like, bad at changing my transmog, so...
Well, you better be good at changing your mind, because I'm headed to you to ask TT BBMM.
Well, I also have a top toot this week.
3 toots!
And as I mentioned, I've been running keys again. I'm trying to get portals, and I got, I believe, 3 of them out of the way this last week. So now it's my goal to just get all of them, I guess, before pre-patch, because who knows how hard these dungeons will feel after the talent changes.
They're gonna feel rough-a-rooney, so get that shit in now, because I'm doing it too, and bring me with you, because you're a healer.
Well, what if I wanted to not heal?
Oh, that's even better, though, because you can freeze all the ghosts, I don't have to do it. So you can handle all the CC.
Never mind, I'll be healing. No, I don't know. I don't really give a shit either way. I just want to get all the portals between the 2 of them, because warbands.
Oh, Warband bound.
Now let's give a shout out to our personal warband, our Patreon patrons. We're talking about Ahoy Vince, NSYNC / Drag Race, Azar, and Digital Dave, asking Growlina to say, for the Horde. New patron!
New patron!
Cat the Shamateur Shaman. Immunization Secret Stalker. Oh, he! Mitch wants to remind everyone that Rathion isn't daddy, he's a literal child. Crucifix Alternator. Saracen Hawk, Chris M, Kick Puncher, Jerome, Drew the 760 Resto Druid. Adorno.
Let's get to bashing butts as well as these nuts.
Losing the Patient. Gershy Super Squirt Day. Kelkus waiting for pre-patch. Cilantro. Wooly. Slidewhistle Secret Stalker. Tee-hee-hee-hee. Adam N, Vanderlyle, and Will, aka Tyre. Trade Chat's fallen father.
If you want to join this illustrious crew of pirate buccaneers, then go on to patreon.com/do-not-relent, where you can listen to episodes where we talk about how Aaron was on an episode of MTV Made. That's right.
Woo-hoo-hoo. I was made into someone's friend.
Yeah, he wasn't the star of the show, so don't get too excited. His very small part.
Also, you can literally not find the episode even if you wanted to watch it, so we've been trying.
Cool. But I'll come and reenact all my best scenes for you
Shit.
if you head on over there and pay us an amount of money.
You hear that? Aaron said he'd come.
Come Tuesday. Anyway, send us an email at do-not-relent-pod@gmail.com. What about you guys? Where are you?
You can find me, Alex, or Immunization on Twitter at New Era Alex, or on Blue Sky at Immunization. Also, you can find all of our podcast links by going to do-not-relent.com.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at the Bigacheesy on twitters.com, and watch me play videograms at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
We'll see you guys in Prepatch land. We'll be there. I see the grumbles have already come crawling out of the woodwork. We're back, baby!
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.